Did you know that flowers not only decorate your home, but can also influence your mood, improve your memory, and even help you sleep better? Today, you're going to discover the 15 most stunning, colorful flowers to transform your home into an oasis of beauty, energy, and well-being. Stick around until the end, because the last flower holds a secret that almost no one knows. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Roses. Red, white, yellow, orange. Roses are not just a universal symbol of love. They're silent messengers. Each color is a language of its own, each petal a whisper from the past, each fragrance a memory that floats in the air long after the flower is gone. Red roses, for example, didn't always symbolize love. In ancient Rome, they represented secrecy and confidentiality. That's where the expression sub rosa comes from, meaning under the rose or in confidence. In Roman banquets, ceilings were sometimes decorated with roses to signal that whatever was said at the table was to be kept secret. Even now, in diplomatic circles, decisions taken sub rosa are meant to be discreet and off the record. White roses were the favorites in ancient spiritual rituals. They were believed to ward off negative energy and attract inner peace. To the Druids and Celtic shamans, white roses were sacred, gathered only under the moonlight and used in purification rites. In royal weddings centuries ago, it was common to see crowns made exclusively of white roses, a symbol of purity and eternal union. Queen Victoria herself, an avid lover of flowers, included white roses in her wedding bouquet, sparking a tradition that continues in many Western weddings to this day. Now, pink roses. Those are often overlooked. But here's something curious. In the Middle Ages, alchemists used them to represent the perfect balance between the physical and the spiritual. A pink rose was not just pretty, it was powerful. Its gentle hue was thought to embody compassion, self-love, and transformation. In some Eastern philosophies, the pink rose resonated with the heart chakra, helping to restore emotional harmony. And according to modern aromatherapy, the scent of roses, especially pink ones, can reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, and elevate mood. It's no coincidence that rose oil is one of the most precious essential oils in the world. It takes nearly 10,000 petals to distill a single ounce of pure rose oil, an effort of extraordinary devotion for something so fleeting yet so powerful. Yellow roses, bright as sunlight, tell a different story. They weren't always the cheerful blossoms of friendship and joy we see them as today. In Victorian times, they symbolized jealousy and infidelity, but meanings change, as do people. Now they are given in moments of gratitude, celebration, and warmth. They're often used to lift spirits, to say, "I'm proud of you," or simply, "You brighten my life." Orange roses, with their fiery intensity, are the rebels of the floral spectrum. They stand for fascination, enthusiasm, and desire. Neither as romantic as red nor as delicate as pink, they are a symbol of creative passion. Florists sometimes call them the sunset rose, because their hues seem to capture the golden hours between day and night. Those magical in-between moments that we wish would never end. And then there are black roses, or rather, roses so deep red or purple that they appear black. They represent mystery, farewell, even rebirth. In Gothic literature, they embody tragedy and beauty, a bloom that defies time. In some cultures, giving a black rose is an act of revolution, of ending something to begin anew. A rose, then, is never just a rose. It is a vessel for emotion, history, and intent, a coded letter in a language older than writing, a symbol that has grown alongside humanity itself. Whether held in a lover's hand, laid on a grave, pinned to a lapel, or pressed between pages, a rose tells a story, and it always speaks to the heart. Number 2. Sunflowers. Vibrant yellow. Sunflowers aren't just big bright flowers that lift your spirits at first glance, they're living solar clocks. Their scientific name, helianthus, comes from the Greek helios, sun, plus anthos, flower. And that's no coincidence. Young sunflowers move throughout the day, following the path of the sun in a phenomenon called heliotropism. At sunrise, they face east. By sunset, they rest facing west. But here's the most fascinating part. Once they mature, they stop turning and remain permanently facing east. Why? Because that way, they absorb light and warmth from the sun more quickly in the morning, which boosts their energy efficiency. Sunflower fields have become tourist attractions in many countries, but few people know that in ancient Inca culture, this flower was worshipped as a symbol of the sun god. In fact, golden sunflower-shaped statues and ornaments have been found in ancient temples in Peru. To the Incas, these flowers represented the direct connection between heaven and earth. The intense yellow of sunflowers isn't just for show, according to color psychology. It stimulates brain activity, encourages creativity, and improves mood. That's why placing them in kitchens, offices, or bright rooms not only beautifies the space, but also fills it with energy. And here's a surprising fact. A single sunflower can contain more than 2,000 seeds, arranged in a perfect spiral following the Fibonacci sequence. Yes, this flower that seems so simple is actually a mathematical masterpiece of nature. On top of that, sunflowers are known for their ability to clean soil. After the nuclear disasters in Chernobyl and Fukushima, they were planted to absorb toxic metals from the contaminated ground. It's as if these flowers have the power to purify both the environment and our emotions. So, next time you place a sunflower in your home, remember, you're not just decorating, you're inviting in light, healing, and the ancestral wisdom of the sun. Pink roses helps calm the nervous system and reduce anxiety. Yes, a flower can help you more than a cup of tea. And yellow roses? In Japan, giving someone a yellow rose doesn't mean jealousy. Like it does in the West, it means joy and celebration. They represent the sun, success, and vital energy. Here's a little-known fact. In the 19th century, during the Victorian era, sending yellow roses was an elegant way to say, "Thank you for your friendship," without writing a single word. Lastly, orange roses, the least common but full of power. They symbolize enthusiasm, desire, and creativity. In some botanical gardens dedicated to natural therapies, they're planted near meditation areas to help spark inner motivation. Did you know there are over 30,000 registered varieties of roses in the world, each with its own fragrance, resilience, and personality? It's no wonder they're called the Queen of Flowers. Having roses at home isn't just a decorative choice, it's allowing nature to speak in colors, emotions, and secrets only time can reveal. Number 3. Tulips. Red, pink, purple, white, orange. Tulips are a symbol of elegance, but behind their delicate appearance lies a dramatic history. Did you know that in the 17th century, tulips caused the first economic bubble in history in the Netherlands? A single tulip bulb could be worth more than a house. This phenomenon became known as tulip mania, sparking a collective frenzy that ended in a financial collapse, all because of a flower. With a color palette ranging from red to white, including shades of pink, purple, and orange, tulips don't just decorate, they express emotions. Red, passionate love. White, forgiveness and peace. Pink, affection and tenderness. Purple, respect and admiration. Orange, a burst of energy and vitality. Unlike other flowers, tulips keep growing even after being cut. That's right if you place them in a vase. Within a few days, you'll notice the stems stretch and bend toward the light. This makes them truly living flowers until the end, perfect for minimalist and modern arrangements that evolve over time. In Persia and Turkey, where tulips originated, they were symbols of power and eternity. In fact, the name tulip comes from the Turkish word tulbent, meaning turban, inspired by the shape of the flower bud before it blooms. And here's a fascinating botanical fact. Tulips have a built-in defense system against the cold. They store energy in their underground bulb, allowing them to survive harsh winters and bloom in spring with strength and color. So next time you see a simple modern tulip arrangement on a table, remember, you're looking at a flower with history, natural intelligence, and a past powerful enough to once turn the world upside down beautifully. Number 4. Gerberas. Multicolored. Red, pink, yellow, orange, white. Gerberas are like tiny explosions of color, as if they were designed specifically to lift your spirits. With their wide, symmetrical petals, these flowers don't just please the eyes, they spark positive emotions almost instantly. Did you know that according to chromotherapy studies, looking at a gerbera can trigger a brain response similar to listening to your favorite song? Native to South Africa, gerberas belong to the same family as daisies and sunflowers, the Asteraceae family. But unlike their wild cousins, gerberas have been cultivated in a crayon box palette. Red, pink, yellow, orange, white, and even rare two-toned variations. This vibrant diversity makes them the queens of color in offices, workspaces, and creative environments. And here's something curious. Gerberas are smart flowers. They open their petals during the day to absorb light, and at night, they close slightly to conserve energy, as if they follow their own circadian rhythm, just like humans. In feng shui, it's believed that placing gerberas in work environments improves focus and reduces eye strain. A fascinating botanical fact. What appears to be a single flower is actually a cluster of hundreds of tiny flowers gathered in the central disc, turning it into a kind of mini plant constellation. Every petal, Every point in the center exists for an evolutionary reason. And there's more. Gerberas also purify the air. According to NASA studies, they can absorb toxic compounds like benzene and trichloroethylene, making them perfect for closed environments such as offices, studios, or bedrooms with limited ventilation. So don't be fooled by their cheerful, simple appearance. Gerberas don't just decorate, they transform. They're like a living smile that, without saying a word, reminds you that every day has its own color and it's up to you to choose it. Number 5. Hibiscus. Red, orange, yellow, pink. If you've ever dreamed of living inside a tropical postcard, there was probably a hibiscus somewhere in the picture. These flowers, with their wide, silky petals, look as if they were hand-painted by summer itself. With vibrant colors like red, orange, yellow, and pink, hibiscus flowers don't just beautify, they transport you. Just looking at one can make you feel a warm breeze, the scent of the sea, and an immediate sense of a mental vacation. Native to warm regions like Asia, Africa, and the Pacific Islands, hibiscus flowers have become symbols of hospitality and ephemeral beauty. In Hawaii, gifting a hibiscus is a way to say, "Welcome." Wearing it on the left side of the hair means the person is in love. On the right side, it means they are available. A true floral language all in one flower. But there's something even more surprising. The hibiscus is one of the few flowers that lives only one day. Yes, each individual flower opens in the morning and wilts by sunset. However, the plant produces new buds continuously, as if it understands that the most intense beauty can also be the briefest, a living reminder of the botanical carpe diem. Beyond its exotic look, hibiscus has practical uses too. The infusion made from its petals, known as hibiscus tea or agua de Jamaica, is rich in antioxidants, regulates blood pressure, and is refreshingly delicious. In natural cosmetics, it's called plant Botox for its ability to improve skin elasticity. Its presence on balconies and terraces is no accident. Hibiscus plants attract hummingbirds and butterflies, creating a microhabitat full of life and movement. They love direct sunlight, warmth, and open spaces, making them perfect ambassadors of tropical climates. So, if you want to turn your balcony or terrace into a little tropical corner without traveling, just get a hibiscus. Because it's not just a flower, it's a summer experience encapsulated in petals. Number 6. Daisies. White petals with a yellow center. Some flowers impress with extravagance, while others enchant with simplicity. Daisies, with their flawless white petals and yellow centers like tiny suns, belong to the latter category. Simple, fresh, and timeless, daisies are those flowers that match everything, no matter the place or season. Their scientific name is Bellis perennis, which literally means eternal beauty, and that's no exaggeration. This humble-looking flower has been a symbol of purity, innocence, and true love since ancient times. In Norse mythology, it was sacred to Frieas, the goddess of love and fertility. In the Middle Ages, gifting a daisy was like saying, "I trust you with everything." Daisies close their petals at night and open them again with the first light of day. That's why in English they're called daisies. Derived from day's eye, the eye of the day, they are like little natural clocks, following the rhythm of the light. These flowers are also stars of one of the most famous romantic rituals in the world, loves me not, which originated in the Renaissance when lovers sought signs of fate in nature. From a decorative point of view, daisies are the perfect allies for rustic and vintage styles. They pair beautifully with wooden furniture, antique crockery, recycled vases, and linen fabrics. They are also widely used in country weddings or farmhouse chic decorations, bringing a natural, honest, and relaxed vibe. And there's more. Daisies are edible too. Their petals can be used in salads and desserts, adding a fresh and floral touch. Additionally, they are known for their anti-inflammatory and soothing properties when used in herbal infusions. Daisies are much more than common flowers. They are a symbol of modest joy, unpretentious beauty, and that simple magic that never goes out of style and doesn't need to shout to remain in the heart. Number 7. Orchids. Orchids white, purple, pink, yellow, blue, artificial. If there's a flower that seems to have been created by a minimalist artist with a futuristic spirit, it's the orchid. Sophisticated, symmetrical, and absolutely unique, this flower represents perfection in balance. Its form is almost architectural, like a design born of both nature and geometry, a harmonious blend of elegance and precision. Its colors range from pure white to deep purple, through delicate pink, vibrant yellow, and even blue, although the blue is usually artificially dyed. Yet, even when altered, the orchid maintains its mystique, as if it were born to carry color like secrets on petals. Each tone seems to express something quietly profound. White orchids speak of reverence and humility, purple of royalty and admiration. Pink evokes grace, affection, and innocence. Yellow brings joy, optimism, and new beginnings. Orchids are synonymous with modernity and natural luxury. They've become a staple in contemporary decor, often used in minimalist interiors to bring life without clutter. But their prestige is not a modern invention. In ancient China, orchids were considered emblems of nobility and virtue, often associated with Confucius himself, who admired them as symbols of refinement and resilience. In the Victorian era, rare orchids were collected like treasures, displayed in ornate greenhouses and exchanged as status symbols among the elite. But what's most fascinating is that they're not just beautiful. Orchids belong to one of the largest plant families on the planet, Orchidaceae, with over 25,000 known species and countless hybrid varieties. They are found on every continent except Antarctica, and they can grow in the most unlikely places, such as high-altitude mountains, humid rainforests, dry deserts, and even on the bark of trees as epiphytes, drawing moisture from the air and thriving without soil. Some orchids are so adapted to their environment that they've developed astonishingly specific survival strategies. There are species that mimic the scent and shape of insects to attract pollinators, tricking bees or wasps into believing they've found a mate. Others rely on wind, water, or even fungus in their roots to nourish themselves in ways most flowers cannot. Their evolutionary paths are as diverse and exotic as the blooms themselves. One of the rarest orchids in the world, the ghost orchid, grows in the swamps of Florida and parts of the Caribbean. It has no leaves, no obvious stem, and appears to float in midair, a ghostly apparition in a humid forest. It blooms only for a few weeks each year, and its pollination depends entirely on a specific species of moth, making it one of the most vulnerable yet enigmatic plants alive. Orchids also have a deeply sensual symbolism. In ancient Greece, they were associated with fertility, and the very name orchid comes from the Greek orchis, meaning testicle, due to the shape of their underground tubers. In modern times, they are often linked to seduction, exotic beauty, and refinement. A single orchid bloom can transform a space, convey a complex message, or become the centerpiece of a memory. Even in culinary arts, the orchid leaves its mark. Vanilla, one of the most beloved and complex flavors in the world, comes from the vanilla planifolia orchid. Cultivating vanilla is a delicate, labor-intensive process, done mostly by hand, and the result is a substance more valuable than silver by weight, yet extracted from the humble orchid pod. To care for an orchid is to practice patience. They demand attention, but not overindulgence. Too much water can kill them, too little, and they wither in silence. They require just the right amount of light, a touch of warmth, and a great deal of respect. In a way, they're mirrors of our own emotional ecosystems, delicate, resilient, and never quite what they seem. Orchids don't just decorate rooms, they invite contemplation. They ask you to slow down, to observe the elegance in form, to appreciate the quiet drama unfolding petal by petal. They're more than flowers. They're lessons in complexity, reminders of the extraordinary hidden in the everyday, and proof that nature, when it wants to, can outdo even the wildest imagination. Number 8. Carnations. Red, pink, white, yellow, bike. If flowers had a competition for both endurance and elegance, the carnation would win hands down. This flower, with its crinkled, delicate texture like tissue paper, can survive much longer than many others without losing its shape or color. Available in a palette that includes red, pink, white, yellow, and even bicolor combinations, the carnation is the strong and economical chameleon of the floral kingdom. Its scientific name is Dianthus caryophyllus, which in Greek means divine flower, and with good reason. Since ancient times, carnations have symbolized love, distinction, and perseverance. In ancient Rome, they were used in ceremonial floral crowns, and in the Middle Ages, they became an emblem of religious devotion and romantic passion. But the most remarkable thing is their durability. A well-cared-for carnation can stay fresh for 2 to 3 weeks in a vase, making it the perfect choice for those who want lasting beauty without constantly replacing flowers. They're so resilient that even in unstable climates or indoor spaces with low humidity, they remain in great condition. Did you know that in the 19th century, in France, gentlemen wore carnations in their lapels to send secret messages to their loved ones? In some countries, gifting red carnations still signifies deep admiration, while white carnations speak of pure love, and yellow ones of jealousy or disappointment. Each color has its own story. Additionally, carnations are favorites in long-lasting, affordable floral arrangements. They mix well with other flowers but also shine on their own, especially in voluminous bouquets or colorful centerpieces. Their rounded, almost spherical shape gives a natural volume that's highly valued in economical yet visually striking floral designs. Carnations are like that friend who is always there, strong, reliable, adaptable, and full of nuances. Ideal for those seeking beauty that lasts, without complications, and with a touch of history in every petal. Number 10. Chrysanthemums. Yellow, white, lilac, pink. Chrysanthemums are those flowers that not only decorate but also last. With their vibrant shades of yellow, white, lilac, and pink, and their abundant rounded structure, they are perfect for filling any space with visual joy. Originating from Asia, chrysanthemums have a millenary history. In China and Japan, they symbolize longevity, happiness, and renewal. And their importance is such that in Japan there is a national festival in their honor, the Kiku Matsuri, a celebration entirely dedicated to this flower. Did you know that having chrysanthemums at home is associated with good luck and health? It is a belief passed down from generation to generation that turns this flower into much more than a simple decoration. But chrysanthemums are not just beautiful, they also offer wellness benefits. They are used to make Kiku tea, chrysanthemum tea, an infusion known for its relaxing, antioxidant, and purifying properties, widely used in traditional Asian medicine. From an aesthetic point of view, chrysanthemums are versatile and generous. Their spherical shape with multiple layers gives them a striking presence, adapting well to both elegant arrangements and modern or classic floral compositions. They pair well with other flowers but also shine on their own in voluminous bouquets, bringing texture, movement, and freshness. They are an excellent choice for autumn centerpieces or festive decorations, thanks to their durability. A well-cared-for chrysanthemum can remain fresh for more than 2 weeks. If you are looking for a flower that is cheerful, symbolic, and long-lasting, ideal for spacious environments full of positive energy, chrysanthemums are a sure bet. Number 11. Anemones. White, blue, red, purple. Anemones are those flowers that capture your gaze at first sight. With colors ranging from pure white to deep blue, vibrant red, and intense purple, they bring a fresh and sophisticated air to any environment. Their delicate contrast between soft petals and a striking dark center turns them into natural works of art that do not go unnoticed. Originating from temperate regions of the northern hemisphere, anemones have a fascinating mythological past. In ancient Greece, it was believed they were born from the blood of the god Adonis, a symbol of love and renewal, giving them a romantic and mystical aura. Their name comes from the Greek anemos, meaning wind, because they tend to open and close with the breeze, as if dancing with the air. This poetic movement makes any arrangement with anemones lively and dynamic. Did you know that anemones are highly valued in floral design? They perfectly complement styles ranging from minimalism to bohemian, always adding an artistic and modern touch. They are ideal for living rooms, offices, or creative studios where visual impact with elegance and personality is desired. More than flowers, anemones are conversation pieces. They transform any space into a living, colorful gallery. If you're looking for flowers that break away from the obvious, with history, beauty, and movement, anemones are your perfect allies. Number 12. Lavender. Lavender soft violet. Lavender, with its delicate violet hue, is much more than a pretty flower. It is a natural source of tranquility and well-being. Its calming presence seems to whisper serenity, as if each petal were infused with the essence of a gentle breeze passing through a sunlit field. Its relaxing aroma is famous worldwide for helping reduce stress, improve sleep, and create an atmosphere of peace. For this reason, it is perfect for bedrooms and bathrooms, spaces where we seek rest and renewal. A few drops of lavender essential oil on a pillow, a sachet tucked inside a drawer, or even a sprig in a vase can subtly transform the energy of a room. Unlike synthetic fragrances that fade quickly or overpower, lavender lingers, soft, subtle, and enduring. Originating from the Mediterranean region, lavender has thrived for centuries under the sun-drenched skies of southern Europe, particularly in Provence, France, where the landscape becomes a sea of purple during the blooming season. There, entire festivals are dedicated to this humble yet beloved flower, drawing visitors from all over the world to admire the fields, taste lavender-infused honey and sweets, and taken the scent of calm itself. In antiquity, lavender was already celebrated for its therapeutic properties. The Romans used it in baths, perfumes, and even cooking. A luxury at the time, lavender was added to bathwater in lavish Roman villas, a ritual not just for cleanliness but for invigoration of body and spirit. It was also used to scent linens and clothes, a practice that evolved into the use of lavender in modern-day fabric sprays and drawer sachets. During the Middle Ages, it was cultivated in monasteries for producing natural remedies and ointments. Monks and herbalists valued lavender not just for its scent, but for its antiseptic, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory qualities. It was included in healing salves, balms for headaches, and tinctures used to treat anxiety, insomnia, and even digestive issues. The name lavender comes from the Latin lavar, meaning to wash, a direct reference to its early uses in purifying and cleansing the body and the environment. In medieval households, bundles of dried lavender were hung in doorways or burned like incense to repel negative energies and ward off disease. It became a symbol of purity and healing, associated with sacred rituals and spiritual renewal. An interesting fact: lavender is also a natural insecticide. Besides perfuming, it repels flies and mosquitoes, making it a perfect ally for spaces without the need for chemical products. A pot of lavender on a balcony or windowsill can be as practical as it is beautiful, especially in warmer months. It's a common sight in Mediterranean villages. Rows of lavender bushes outside homes, buzzing softly with bees that are as drawn to its scent as we are. In decoration, its soft color adds a touch of delicacy and freshness, perfect for creating serene, elegant environments full of personality. Lavender pairs wonderfully with whites, neutrals, and light wood tones, evoking a sense of cottage charm or minimalist tranquility depending on the setting. In wedding decor, it's often chosen to symbolize devotion, serenity, and the enduring nature of love. Dried lavender can be used in wreaths, centerpieces, and even confetti, offering a sustainable aromatic alternative to traditional floral arrangements. Lavender also finds its way into culinary adventures. Though not as common in all cultures, lavender can be used in desserts, teas, and even savory dishes. Lavender honey, lavender-infused lemonade, and lavender shortbread cookies are delicacies that balance floral subtlety with sweetness. The key is restraint. Used sparingly, lavender adds a unique twist without overpowering the palate. Beyond its physical uses, lavender carries emotional symbolism. It represents calm, grace, and inner healing. In color psychology, lavender shades are believed to promote relaxation, mindfulness, and spiritual connection. It's the color of twilight skies, of dreams beginning to stir, of moments that ask us to pause and breathe. To grow lavender is to cultivate patience and peace. It thrives in sun and well-drained soil, asking little but offering much. Even in its dried form, it continues to give. Fragrant, soft, and eternal. A single sprig, a whisper of scent, and suddenly, the world feels just a little bit quieter. Lavender is not just a plant. It is a gentle ritual, a timeless presence, and a violet thread that weaves calm into everyday life. Number 13. Petunias. Violet, pink, red, white, streaked petunias stand out for their explosion of vibrant colors. Violet, pink, red, white, and even streaked versions, making them a cheerful and versatile option for any outdoor space. Their biggest advantage: they are very easy to care for, ideal for those who want to fill balconies or flower boxes with long-lasting flowers that require little maintenance. Originating from South America, petunias belong to the Solanaceae family, the same family as plants like tomatoes and eggplants. Their name comes from the French word pétune, meaning tobacco, due to their botanical similarity to the tobacco plant. A fun fact: petunias bloom from spring until late autumn, offering a prolonged spectacle of color that transforms balconies and gardens into true floral oases. Additionally, they are resistant to different climatic conditions, such as intense sun and light rains, which makes them perfect for beginner gardeners. With their trumpet shape and striking colors, petunias create an impressive visual effect, especially when planted in hanging pots or outdoor flower boxes. They bring life and freshness even to small spaces, turning a simple balcony into a special corner to relax or share good moments. Another bonus: petunias attract pollinators like bees and butterflies, helping to maintain a healthy ecosystem around them. For these reasons, petunias not only decorate but also bring natural benefits. They are ideal for those seeking color, practicality, and versatility. filling any outdoor space with vibrant beauty and resilience, and making flower care simple and rewarding. Number 14. Frieas. Yellow, white, lilac, pink. Frieas are delicate and charming flowers, known for their soft and luminous shades, yellow, white, lilac, and pink. But what truly makes them special is their sweet and intense fragrance, considered one of the most pleasant in the floral world. That's why Frieas are ideal for scenting small spaces from offices to bedrooms or entry halls. Originating from South Africa, they belong to the Iridaceae family and have been cherished for centuries for their unique fragrance. Interestingly, Frieas were introduced to Europe in the late 19th century and quickly became a symbol of freshness and elegance in floral decoration. Their aroma is so captivating that just a small bouquet at home can transform the atmosphere, creating feelings of calm and well-being. Moreover, Friesia scent is used in the making of perfumes and high-quality aromatic products, confirming its enchanting power. In decor, Frieas look spectacular in small vases or as part of mixed arrangements, adding a touch of color and a fragrant bouquet that revitalizes any corner. Their delicate spiral shape and soft petals add a romantic and sophisticated touch. Additionally, Frieas are relatively easy to care for, and their natural scent eliminates the need for artificial air fresheners, keeping environments always fresh and perfumed. Frieas not only bring visual beauty with their delicate tones, but also flood spaces with their refined and natural aroma, perfect for those who want a scented and welcoming environment, turning every small space into a sanctuary of freshness and elegance. Number 15. Dahlias. Pink, red, orange, white, bicolor. Dahlias are exuberant flowers that draw attention with their impressive size and wide variety of colors: pink, red, orange, white, and even bicolor, which look like true natural works of art. Their complex and symmetrical structure makes them perfect as the centerpiece of any floral arrangement, bringing elegance and vitality to any environment. Originating from Mexico and Central America, dahlias have a rich history tied to indigenous cultures, where they were considered sacred flowers and used in traditional ceremonies. Their name comes from the Swedish botanist Anders Dahl, who classified them in the 17th century. Fun fact: dahlias can have more than 20,000 varieties, from the simplest to the most elaborate, making them one of the most diverse flowers in the world. This variety ensures there is always a perfect dahlia for every style and occasion. In decoration, dahlias act as a true visual magnet. When placed at the center of an arrangement, they not only fill the space with color and volume, but also convey energy and sophistication. They are ideal for living rooms, dining rooms, or special events where you want to impress with a striking floral touch. Moreover, dahlias have the ability to stay fresh for several days if well cared for, making them practical as well as beautiful. Thus, dahlias are flowers that combine history, beauty, and presence. Their natural exuberance and wide range of colors make them favorites for those who want their floral arrangements to be the focal point and style statement of any space. Perfect for standing out, they transform any space into a vibrant visual spectacle full of life. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting content that's appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.